Wait, I thought I was supposed to be Paul's guest. Shit.
You guys are working for nobody. All right, so it looks like we are live. So we appreciate everybody that's going to be joining us and coming on. If you're watching this from the beginning, thank you. It's our Thanksgiving Day episode, biggest betting episode of the years. We're guaranteeing 10 winners this week. As I was looking through the games, I can honestly say we can guarantee 10 winners this week, and we'll talk about what those winners are in just a second. But I'm your host, Ernest Silva. You might know me from all my @handles at the Sport Gene from any social platform imaginable. We are excited tonight. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody that is in America. For everybody else, I'm sure you're just wondering why we celebrate this holiday. We'll talk about that too. So this wouldn't be possible without our main sponsor, which is Blue Collar Media Group, which we're excited to have, of course, the wonderful Steve Reisner on this show representing Blue Collar. And then, of course, our featured sponsor, Thrive Fantasy. Go place your prop bets. Go get some bets. Make some money this Thanksgiving holiday on Thrive Fantasy, www.thrivefantasy.com. All right, guys, let's get into intros. Announcer, cue us in. All right, from Bali, Indonesia, the man who runs the ITL Dynasty League, Dre Rogers.
Yo, what up?
What's up, Dre? Excited to be talking with you, buddy. All right.
Excited to talk to you guys too.
From the Frostbite Sports Podcast, joining us again, Jet Folk.
What's up, boys? How's it going today?
From the Boomtown Podcast, Andrew Kahn.
What is up, my fellow casters and writers? What's shaking, boys?
Founded from the ESPN Analytics headquarters over there in Boston. You find him in Guilford now, Chris Remick.
Thanks for having me.
Bit of a Kenny shout out there. All right, coming over to us from Pittsburgh, Just Luke.
Hey, guys, what's up? Let's do this thing. Let's get some dubs this week.
Absolutely. Across the pond, joining us for a second time, which we are excited to have him, Will Latham.
Hi guys, how we doing? Obviously a bit different over here, Thanksgiving, but a strange year, but I hope you guys can celebrate it with your friends and family as well as you can. So yeah, all the best.
This drumstick is for you, Will. And of course, the co-host of ITL, the man that looks like he belongs in Darth Vader's corner. He's smoking the cigarette. He's Los Angeles Browns' favorite son, still has a long intro. At Reisner_Steven. Steve, the General Reisner.
Everything is proceeding exactly as I have foreseen.
Oh, my God.
I mean, he's right. I mean, that's exactly what we needed to start off this episode. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. If you haven't watched Steve's Mandalorian episodes, they're fantastic. Everybody on this screen has had some new and improved podcast episodes and live streams. Will is on a heater as well with his streams. So we're excited to feature everybody. www.bluecollarmg.com is where you can find all of our exclusive articles / podcasts is where you can find all of our featured content. We're excited to join you. Thanksgiving night is going to be in a couple of days. It's not tonight, but we are here to celebrate with you and help you with those bets. Lots of upcoming news, big weeks, especially for those Cowboys fans who have a revitalized spirit going. You can see Andrew is pumped up. Will is disappointed as Carson Wentz looks like WINCE as of last week. But let's go ahead.
Speak that name.
Let's go ahead and talk about Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving is an American holiday where you just stuff your face and you say who you're thankful for at the dinner table, because it celebrates our, voyagers having a meal with the Native Americans. We won't talk.
It's also a holiday where you watch football.
It is where you watch football. That is exactly what you do. But as a tribute to all of our family and friends who support us, we wanted to do a special thank you to them. So I'm going to start with my co-host, Steve Reisner. Steve, who are you thankful for this holiday?
Besides my family, I guess a lot of the people I'm thankful for are actually sitting here staring their ugly mugs right at me on the screen.
That's love.
I've been working on it, man. Come on.
Respect.
I didn't have anyone I could bring on. I don't have a significant other. Most of my friends are dead or in prison. So, a part of me is actually thankful that I'm here. I'm alive.
Well, I appreciate that, Steve. And I think we all appreciate you just as much for putting this awesome media group together and having us on there. We can meet each other. I don't think any of us would have ever met each other if it wasn't for this company. So thank you so much for having us.
There was
Chris?
that other company that introduced a bunch of us to each other, and
We don't
ended up
speak
starting
its
this
name.
company, but we're not going to say their
It's
name
like
to
Voldemort.
advertise
You just
them.
don't say that.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
say it.
Losers.
Yeah.
Chris Remick, who are you thankful for this holiday season?
Well, obviously got to start with the Rents, mom and dad, who I would not be here without their love and support. So thank you guys so much. Obviously, the boys back home in Guilford, New Hampshire, the boys that I've been bumming it up with online school in our sweet Mills 332 at UNH. And then obviously I'm thankful for the boys sitting here before me, giving me the opportunity to find my voice and give some good and not so good takes on some sports.
Well, those fantasy takes really get you, Chris. So
So,
that's
Chris,
okay.
were you
Mhm.
going to say that you were thankful for us before I used that line? Or did you
Oh,
go in
definitely.
after
Definitely.
I used the line?
Definitely.
Yeah, now
was
both
gonna
of you have
put you in
opened up
that.
with that. We all have to say it, don't
I
we?
wonder what the bet's going to be on that.
now the pressure's on. Like
Super.
now whoever doesn't say it is an asshole.
Yep.
I might as well just leave now.
I'm not saying it. All right, Andrew, talk to us. Who are you thankful for this holiday?
Man, what a crazy 2020 it's been so far for myself. So I want to thank my parents for sure. I definitely miss them. I'm about 4 hours away from both of them. And with all the new restrictions that we have out here in Canada and Saskatchewan, I'm unable to see them at this time. So it's been trying times, but I'm thankful that, of course, we've been able to have such a great community here with BCMG and all of our fans throughout all of our podcasts and all of our writers and all that kind of fun stuff, man. And honestly, I'm thankful for sobriety this year. I've gone 5 months now officially, so that's been a massive game changer for myself, and I feel like I got my life back, boys. So thanks, team.
Andrew, you're an
Hey, it's a hell of a
instrumental
road, brother.
part.
Good for you.
Absolutely.
you.
You're an instrumental part for this whole company and this family. So we really appreciate you. I'm going to swing it back over to our Pittsburgh fellas, Just Luke, Just Paul. And if you didn't know, the man, the myth, the legend, the most interesting name in the world, Just Paul, did join us. But the Just brothers on here together. You guys have been the Just Blue brothers this year. Who are you guys thankful for on this holiday season?
Well, I'll go first, Ernest. I was pausing for dramatic effect, but we'll see how that goes.
Dramatic effect.
Dramatic effect.
Not internet effect.
Honestly, guys, we can all honestly say 2020 has just been an absolute shit show. But we all got through it. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully that's a light and not a train. So we'll be good there. Of course, my family, my dog, all you guys, the opportunity to even do this is just huge for me. All my life, I've never really had a voice. And when my brother asked me to join you guys, it took right off, honestly. And I love every minute of it. I love every opportunity I get with you guys. And I just want to thank you guys.
Absolutely. It's wonderful to have you. Just Paul, you're the anchor to this ship, buddy. Who are you thankful for this holiday?
I'm thankful, just what Luke said. To get the opportunity to do this with my brothers has been a fantastic part of this year. They both kind of come out their shell a little bit, help them through some personal stuff with it. I'm also thankful just, for all the outreach that people have had. I know a lot of people on this show. I mean, Ernest, you became a father. Steve with his continued battles with, addiction and getting through his stuff through this. Andrew becoming sober. Jet's had some personal issues. Kenny has his personal issues. But for guys that we've really never met in real life outside of me, you, and Steve in Boston, we really have been there for each other all of this. We started a sports website during time with no sports, and we've made it this far. So I'm just thankful for that.
And also to what Paul just said, take that as a warning to the rest of you fucking sports media companies out there. All right.
You're
Be thankful that we started with no sports.
Thanks, March.
I love that.
Portnoy,
Well,
I am coming for your throne.
I'll tell you what, we had a couple people who wanted to really show the people they're thankful for, and I appreciate that just as much. Appreciate you sharing, and I completely agree with Just Paul and Just Luke's sentiments. You guys are all family, and I'm thankful for all of you as well. There, I said it, Steve. It's the truth. We keep growing. But Josh said, "Hey, I'm gonna show off that my lady actually knows how to pick them," and he showed off his kid as well. So we're gonna let Josh talk for himself, as he's not joining us tonight, but he wanted to show off. So Josh, go ahead and let's cue you in, and let's hear what you have to say.
Well, family pick'em for ITL Pod. Right beside me is my lovely girlfriend Becky. Hello. Hi. And Vincent is also going to make a couple picks, I hear. So let's get right into it. Texans, Lions. Who you taking?
Lions.
Okay, great pick. Yeah. Also taking. Nope. I'm taking the Texans. Bad pick. Taking the Texans. Football team. Washington football team against Cowboys. Cowboys, hey? Yeah, I'm also going to take Cowboys. As Paul would say, the Ratbirds, Ravens versus Steelers. Who you taking?
Steelers.
Okay, I like that. They're 10-0. I really like that pick. Dolphins at the Jets. Who else are you taking there?
Dolphins.
Okay, yeah, I like that pick as well. Taking the Dolphins. Cardinals at Patriots.
Cardinals.
Steve's not gonna like you.
Also,
who are you taking? Okay. Right Panthers at Vikings.
Panthers.
Nope, wrong. Dalvin Cook's gonna go off here. Browns at Jaguars. Great pick. I like the Browns. Titans at Colts. Who you taking?
Titans.
Also taking. Nope. Going with the Colts.
My boy.
Giants at Bengals. Who you taking there?
Bengals.
Joey Burrow's out for the rest of the year. Did you know that? And Joe Mixon.
Oh, that changes everything.
I'm taking the Giants. Chargers at Bills. Yeah, great pick. I like that too. Raiders at Falcons.
Raiders.
I mean, you never bet against the Falcons, Bex. You never bet against the Falcons. I'm taking the Falcons to win. 49ers at Rams. Great pick. Love it. Saints at Broncos.
Saints.
Yeah, also like that
She
one.
knew that
Chiefs
one.
At Buccaneers.
Chiefs.
Great pick as well. Tom Brady sucks at home. Bears at Packers. Green Bay. Yeah, Nick Foles is dead to me, and I'll never pick the Bears ever again. Packers. I'm taking. Battle of the Birds. Seahawks. Who you taking?
My girl Heidi. Seahawks.
Seahawks. Hey, I also like that pick. Yeah, Seahawks. Taking them to win. All right, well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Becky, for coming on. Thanks a lot, Vince, for coming on as well. You guys have a great day.
Thanks, Josh. We appreciate you too, buddy.
What a standout guy, man.
I know,
Awesome.
man. Isn't it awesome?
Unreal.
Such an awesome family.
Awesome. That was great.
Just talk about what Josh has brought to the table just this year. He's brought in
As a guy that randomly found our website and reached out to us directly. Emailed me directly, seeing if he could come on and join us, and then just so happened to have gone to high school with Kenny.
Yep. What are the odds of all of that happening? All of that. So
There's no coincidences, Ernest. Come on. You know this. There's no coincidences in this universe.
So true. I mean, the ESPN Analytics headquarters, the Analytics conference by itself, I met Chris there, and that's where Chris and I first met, and we blossomed from there. And then so happens it's in Boston. The odds of that, Daryl Morrising's in Boston. And then that's where Stephen Paul and I first meet up and have our first live podcast show, which was held up by a stupid ironing board with a phone. So I mean, like,
technical difficulties.
The story is awesome.
Technical difficulties.
Well, Will shared no regard for this as well. He also had somebody he was thankful for, and so we'll hear from Titus now, who's going to join our show. This is Will's thankful person for the episode.
Hi, I'm Titus, and I'm honoured to be Lath's Thanksgiving guest for this week. What a privilege it is. I am currently up in Durham. I don't know if you know where that is. That's in England, North England. And I went to school with Lath for 5 years in Cambridge. Played a lot of sport with him, hockey, rugby, cricket. endless hours. You obviously haven't seen Leith play sport. He is a maverick, to say the least. You really
Maverick.
If I don't know where the ball's going to go, I guess the opposition aren't going to know. He can talk for ages about sport and is actually a really, really close mate. And I really, really appreciate him being able to chat and share some really great memories together. This past, what is it, 6 months maybe since the whole pandemic thing, Leith and I have been calling each week to chat about, to think through the Bible and what it claims. Just reading a little segment of Mark's gospel. I'm a Christian, I'm a follower of Jesus, and so just explaining what I believe and what Jesus means for him and what he offers. So that's what we've been doing. It's been really great to see him put into a nice excuse. But to the business, I know peanuts about NFL. I've walked in on my dad watching the Red Zone every now and then. So I've seen the best bits. Apparently it takes a while to get through each game. So my tips for this week, these are probably going to be hilarious. I'm probably going to back those who are going to get relegated. I don't know if they have a relegation part of the table. Right. So Lions, Texans, Cowboy, Washington, Washington,
Bad pick.
Steelers, Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers. I know them. It's going to be Steelers, Bills, Chargers, Colts, Titans, Vikings, Panthers, Jaguars, Browns. Browns have got a helmet as their crest, so clearly they know what they're doing. Safety first, kids. Right, Browns it is. Bengals, New York Giants. It's going to be the Giants. Patriots, Cardinals. Patriots, Jets, Dolphins, Miami Dolphins. I know them. So we'll go Dolphins, Falcons, Raiders, Falcons, Broncos, Saints. There's a rugby league team called the Brisbane Broncos that I'm an Aussie, so I know about them. So we're going to go Broncos. That's a gimme. Obviously, it's going to be the Broncos. Rams, 49ers, San Francisco 49ers. They're going to be 49ers. Buccaneers, Chiefs. There's a rugby team called the Chiefs, so we're going to go Chiefs. Green Bay Packers, or what was it, something Bears? I should know that one. We're going to go Packers. Eagles, Seahawks. Philadelphia Eagles. My dad's an Eagles fan. He's got a hat. So I want a happy dad this week, so we're going to go Eagles.
It all makes sense.
It all comes full circle.
Yeah, I hope all those that's the games. Let me know how I do. I'll be following it closely this week. 1 week only. Cheers for getting me online, boys. Have a good one.
Very exciting stuff there.
Can we appreciate the Browns safety?
Yes. Safety first, mate.
All right. I mean,
Will, talk to us, Will. How do you feel about those picks?
Titus is obviously a very close friend. He's actually a really talented sportsman. He's very good at hockey and cricket are his main ones, and rugby as well. But I don't think he's ever watched a game of American football in his life. So I thought, why not get him on? But some interesting picks. I might have slid him a DM telling him to go for the Eagles. But Titus has been a big part of my sort of lockdown. I guess like growing up, I kind of, at school I went to like church and stuff and didn't really know what I believed in, but he's kind of helped me to kind of, sort of indulge in the Bible, go through the gospel and kind of figure out what I believe in and what faith is to me. So it's been a really interesting time. I'm just excited to keep learning. And again, I know everyone said it, and it's a bit cliche, but I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys. I think I just put out a few sports articles on a website that I made in lockdown, and then you guys got in contact, and then it's just absolutely flown by, and I've enjoyed every minute. So I just want to say a huge thanks to you guys, and long may it continue.
Absolutely. Well, and that's just part of what Blue Collar does for its writers and its podcasts. We continue to grow as a family and watch you continue to grow. You know, when you first came on, I think you were a little in your shell, and then now you got your show going. You have a big following, and you're over the pond rep, man. We got some more over the pond people coming on. We just tell them you got to go talk to Will. Like that's the guy.
Maverick.
So
Dude, he's
that's
a maverick.
I mean,
He's a
you're a
maverick.
He's a
maverick.
maverick.
Will the Maverick Latham. I mean, that is everything.
Yeah, dude. Will the
I'll take that. I'll take that all day long.
We appreciate the hell out of you.
And this kid Titus, sorry, I gotta say, he picked against the Ravens, he picked against the Jets, and he picked the Patriots. I like this guy.
He's not wrong. He had one pick that was completely off, but we can't blame him. He probably got some words fed to him from you to pick against the Cowboys.
The Steelers?
No, not at all. I was talking about my pick.
He's talking about his
pick the football team. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. But I understand. Will probably said you don't want the Cowboys to win. It's probably.
Hey, you said the football team though, so we're good.
It's true. I am good. I'm good so far. Lots of show left. But Dre Rogers also contributed to this thankful week. We are excited for his video. Dre, I'm going to talk to you just a second. Let's hear the picks for your significant other.
Hello, special someone.
Привет.
Can you tell us who you are?
Меня зовут Милена, и я из Беларуси.
No, wait. Can you do it in English?
Oh, yeah. My name is Melina, and I'm from Belarus.
Excellent. And you're a great football fan, right?
Yes, I was reading about Packers for 2 hours today, so I'm a great expert of football now.
Yes. So you will be making my picks for the week.
Yes, I will.
Let's start off with the Thanksgiving games.
Come on.
Texans or Lions?
Lions.
Football team or Cowboys?
Cowboys. Yes, Ernest?
Ravens or Steelers?
Ravens.
Sorry, Paul. Let's go for the next 4 games. How about Packers versus Bears?
Packers.
Yes. Seahawks versus Eagles.
Eagles.
Chiefs versus Buccaneers.
Chiefs.
And the easiest game of the week, Cardinals versus Patriots.
Of course, Cardinals.
Any last words?
Happy Thanksgiving Day to the Into the Lab podcast.
Yay.
That is awesome.
Don't
Thank
like it.
you, Dre.
I don't like it.
Absolutely smashed it.
That was
Don't like
great.
I love it. And
I mean,
yes,
Dre, what is that?
Yes, Dre, that was the perfect pick. Thank you. Dre, talk to us. Who was that and who are you thankful for this holiday?
She did all the picks by herself. I did not have any input on them. So
I'm glad you contributed, Dre. That was big. When I got your video first, I was like, oh, Dre is hyped about this. So Dre,
yeah,
you're one of the
told her all week. I told her all week that we had to do this. So she spent some time on Wikipedia and Google to learn some football, and that's how she made her picks.
My favorite line has to be, I've been studying the Packers for 2 hours. I know football now.
or the tee up from Dre being like the easiest pick of the week.
Yep.
Unreal.
Well, Jet, Dre, you are an OG of Into the Lab. You're one of the first people that came on as a guest, and then you stuck with us the entire time. So I appreciate the heck out of you, buddy, and being a part of the family. Between you, Paul, and Steve, you guys are the oldest members that have been on here, been doing this for a little over a year and a half, and it's been fantastic to be with you guys. So thank you very much, Dre. You got 2 more videos left, and we're gonna go into our picks, which I know everybody's probably waiting for. But Jet Folk is my next video here. He came on and submitted his, so let's see what him and his significant other had up their sleeve for picks this week.
Night. Okay. What's up, boys? Jet from Frostbite Pod. This is my girlfriend, Erin. I am very, very thankful for her on this coming Thanksgiving Day. And so we've got some picks to be made, and I know she's very excited about it. So let's get started. Our first game is the Houston Texans against the Detroit Lions. Now, the Texans are favored to win this game by 3 points. Erin, where do you think this game's going to go?
I think Lions are gonna win.
Lions are gonna win.
So shots fired.
Red. They get
Shots fired.
+3 for that from my numbers. So there you go. Our next game of the day on Turkey Day is Washington at Dallas. And it appears Dallas is favored by 3 points to win this game. How are you feeling about the Cowboys?
I'm gonna go with Dallas this time.
The Cowboys, she says. What do you think about the spread, though?
Yep, looking good.
Yeah, -3. Okay, she'll take that
immediately cooler than
Kenny's
you.
gonna love to hear that. So that's good to hear. Now for the big one of the night, we've got the Baltimore Ravens going into Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's favored to win by 5 points according to my numbers. Right now, Pittsburgh's 10-0, but their biggest rival, Baltimore Ravens, are trying to stop that from being an undefeated season. What do you think's going to happen?
I think I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, she likes it to keep.
She's a keeper.
They're going
We're good.
11-0. I know Paul, one of our head guys, he's gonna love that.
Yep.
So that's good to hear.
Yep.
Now
Paul
we're
and
not
Luke.
doing. Now we're not doing point spread for the next couple here. We're just gonna rattle off. Las Vegas goes to Atlanta. Who do you like?
Las Vegas.
Vegas. We got it. Raiders, baby. LA Chargers at Buffalo.
I think Buffalo.
Buffalo. Okay. I do like that. New York Giants at Cincinnati. I do want to remind you, our boy Joey Burrow got hurt. So that's tough for those Bengals.
Then I think New York.
Yeah.
It's a steering there, Jet.
pick.
It's a steering pit.
This one is obvious.
This one is obvious, folks. Tennessee at Indianapolis. How are we feeling? Indy. Easiest pick of the night. Great. You love to see it. Carolina at Minnesota.
I think Carolina.
Right on. Michael Collins not going to be happy to hear that, but Carolina, right on. Arizona at New England.
New England for sure.
Oh, look at this. She's getting in the good graces of everybody at Blue Collar. Steve's going to love that pick. That's good to hear. That's a bit of an upset, so we like it. Miami at the Jets.
Miami.
Yeah, that's a good call. Even you know the Jets stink. Cleveland at Jacksonville.
In Cleveland.
Yeah, that's a safe pick. I mean, them against most teams, bad pick. But Jacksonville, they're dog shit. So we're going to keep it moving. New Orleans at Denver. Now, we know Drew Brees broke every bone in his body. But Taysom Hill came in last game. Looked pretty good. They got the dub. So
I'm thinking Denver.
We like it. Denver at home. That's fine. That's a good pick. They're sneaky. They're a sneaky one. San Francisco at the Los Angeles Rams. We just watched last night. They beat the GOAT Tom Brady on Monday Night Football. How do you feel about the Rams?
I think San Francisco.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, San Fran. You know, to be fair, I'd argue they have better jerseys. So that's a good enough reason. Kansas City at Tampa Bay. Patty Mahomes. What do you think?
Yeah.
Patty Mahomes.
I'm calling steering on that one too, Jet.
Gotta go with that sounding guy. And Chicago at Green Bay. Now on this pick, we're going back into the point spread. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have a point spread number here, so I'm going to set my own line.
Mine's way low.
4.
Yeah, it's much higher than that.
Yeah.
By 4 points?
Yeah, at least.
Okay, yeah.
At
We're
least.
going Aaron Rodgers.
She told you were wrong with that spread.
Yeah.
Last one here, Monday Night Football, November 30th. Seattle Seahawks go into Philadelphia. Seahawks are favored to win by 6 points.
I think I'm going to go for the upset.
Upset Monday.
Yep.
Let's go.
Carson Wentz figures it out. Seattle, their defense stinks. They're dead. And Aaron loves the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday night. Thank you very much for coming on. Those are great picks. You're the best. I'm so thankful for you every single day. I love you.
Love you too.
And let's get back to the show, boys.
I'll take your advice there, Jet. Jet, talk to us. That was awesome, man. Thank you so much for doing that. And I know it might be not the top holiday you celebrate, but who are you thankful for this holiday weekend?
Well, of course, my girlfriend, Erin, she's my rock. Love her to death. Our dog, Atlas, he's the best dog on the planet. Love my family. Love all my blue collar brothers. It's a blast to get on here every week. And so can't thank you guys enough.
I absolutely agree.
Really
Jet,
forced that poor girl to wear a Colts jersey.
I was gonna say, how much did you pay her?
Well, and I was just thinking too.
She's at the
It's
spa.
an Andrew.
She's at the spa
She
right
picked
now.
the Patriots. She's clearly like a good person, and you just like stuck her in that Colts jersey, man.
I was thinking too. It's an Andrew Luck jersey. Is she gonna leave
I was
me?
about to say, you better check that shoulder, bro. Make
Yeah,
sure her
man.
shoulder's
Oh,
good.
it might be a cold shoulder, bro.
Yeah, you better
I think
fix
she
it.
picked every single one of our teams as well.
She did, so she's our favorite.
That was by chance too. Honestly.
Yeah, I like her and Will's guy.
I will tell you guys this, for my wife and I, when it came to betting and making picks, last year we were doing it every week. I would just name the matchup and she'd pick based off the name. So you guys finally got Callie on screen. So Callie did do a video. We did our picks. So moment of truth, after a year and a half, she's making an appearance on the ITL. But here is my wife, Mrs. Sport Jean, to y'all, that will be making her picks tonight. So let's hear it, Callie, and you'll hear it's like a machine. I just name the thing out, and then she goes. So check this out, Callie's picks of the week.
I am here with my favorite person in the whole wide world, the person I'm most thankful for, my wife, Callie Silva, or Mrs. Sport Jean. And so we're going to start off with Thanksgiving games. All right, Texans or Lions?
The Texans.
Football team or Cowboys?
The Cowboys.
Ravens or Steelers?
The Steelers.
Dolphins or Jets?
Dolphins.
Cardinals or Patriots?
Cardinals. Sorry, Steve.
Panthers or Vikings?
Panthers.
Browns or Jaguars?
Jaguars.
Titans or Colts?
Colts. I like animals. I don't know.
There you go.
Giants or Bengals?
Bengals.
Oh. Chargers or Bills?
What's a bill?
It's a Buffalo. Buffalo Bills.
Chargers.
Raiders or Falcons?
It's a buffalo.
49ers or Rams?
49ers.
Saints or Broncos?
Saints.
Chiefs or Buccaneers?
Ooh, Buccaneers. That sounds cool.
Steve will be happy with that one. Bears or Packers?
Bears. Sorry, Jay.
Seahawks or Eagles?
Oh, actually, I just hate the Chiefs.
Never choose the Eagles. She got that one right.
This is that one guy, and he's not even on the team anymore.
So I cut the video off here, but I do want to caveat the end of that video. So she says there's this one guy that's no longer on the team. That's why she hates the Eagles. And I didn't know what she was talking about. I'm like, afterwards, I was like, what were you talking about? Who's the one guy? And she said, Michael Vick. I hate somebody who had the dogfight. I was like, hey, that was 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even his primary team. She goes, that doesn't matter. He was an Eagle. It's like, okay. So it's not even about the fact that I'm a Cowboys
He was
fan.
a Falcon first.
It's like, geez.
Ernest, I just want to say that look of pain that wiped through your face when she picked the Jaguars will be ingrained in my memory.
And the Bengals. Yeah, it hurt. It hurt. But I'm forever grateful for her. I would go around, like I would do 12-team parlays with her and other people just in bowling leagues, tennis players, and I'd say, okay, here are the teams, and I'd go and machine gun them, and I'd get like $12 bets out for the week. But thank you so much to my wife. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without her watching my newborn daughter. Well, I guess she's not newborn now, she's considered just a regular baby, but she's done the ultimate sacrifice, and of course all of y'all. But everybody's done with the mushy stuff. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We're so thankful for all of our families and friends who support us. Let's talk NFL, and let's dive right into it with round one. That's the bell. So let's do our picks. Let's start off Houston against Detroit. The official spread is 3 points. I will start us off. I am taking the Texans to win on the road. Detroit's banged up. I also like Houston and their Super Bowl aspirations in the AFC as they have Brandon Cooks. They got to win these ones. So this is a gimme game for the Texans, taking Houston on the road. Chris Remick, fantasy implications, and who's your pick?
I'm definitely going to go with Houston here. Hopefully D-Hop has a good game because, there's been some.
Somebody tell him.
Hate to break news to you.
Yep, he's on the cards. I just realized that.
I thought you said the R word.
Realized that.
Fact check.
All right. Well, anyways, still going with the Texans. I don't have Brandon Cooks, but going with the Texans.
Houston for Chris. Dre, who do you have in this game? First one of the day. Paul.
Yeah, so tinfoil hat out there. Most of the time you take favorites on Thanksgiving. It's a little economic stimulus for the country. So that's my tinfoil hat guy thing. But the truth is the Lions have always sucked. The Cowboys have been pretty good. So that's why they win and cover. So give me the Texans to win and cover.
I'm going to take both takes on that one because I like them. Steve.
I'm gonna take the Texans. What's the spread again?
3.
3? Yeah, they'll cover that. Lions
Perfect.
suck.
Luke.
Texans. Deshaun Watson goes off.
We have a sweet pick alert. Will.
I think other than Carson Wentz, Stafford's probably been one of the most disappointing quarterbacks this year. So I'm going with the Texans and the spread.
Perfect. Jet.
If Kenny Golladay was playing in this game, I'd be all over the Lions, but it's trending towards him being out, so I'm going to have to take Texans -3.
Perfect. Andrew, wrap us up.
I agree with Jed exactly. Kenny Golladay, DeAndre Swift is questionable, and Matt Stafford looked like poop last week without both of them. So yeah, give me the spread -3 Texans.
Yeah, like I said, they're pretty banged up. Dre, I see you're back on the screen. Who do you have, Houston or Detroit?
I mean, the obvious pick is Texans, but I can't leave my girl by herself, so I'm gonna have to go with the Lions.
There goes the sweet
Nice
pick, Dre
man.
Rogers, stepping in there for it. Thank you, Dre. Dallas Cowboys, 3-point favorites after beating the streaking Minnesota Vikings. They really brought them to a halt last week. Dallas playing inspiring football for being 3-7, and now with a coach that's been hospitalized, you got to admit they've got something to play for also. So I am taking Dallas to win this game handedly by 10 points. I'm taking Dallas to win this game. I'm going to you, Jet.
Yeah, I think just with Zeke getting it going again, I kind of trust the Dallas Cowboys a bit more again, and so I'm going to take them -3.
Andrew.
By the end of this year, you're going to have the NFC East champion Dallas Cowboys, baby. How about that comeback? Let's go. Zeke went off for 100. Unstoppable now. That's my hot take.
That Zach Martin move did wonders for the offensive line.
I will also say, though, I loved the first half defense from the Cowboys. They basically shut down Delvin Cook to absolutely zero. But that second half defense showed up again, and I was like, oh, here we go again. So as long as that first half defense comes in, I like that spread.
Gary Gilbert might have put a little pep in the step for Andy Dalton. Saw maybe he wasn't going to have that job anymore.
Gilbert Grape.
Oh, yeah. Will.
I think it's going to be a classic NFC East shit show. Dallas will win, but won't cover.
That is a wonderful pick, Will. I'm proud of you. Luke.
That tasted so sour coming out of my mouth, but
Dallas wins, doesn't cover.
Perfect. All right, Paul.
Dalton being back is big for them, and like you said, Zach Martin. I think they win. I think they win and cover easily here.
Thank you, Paul. We have a sweet pick alert. Steve.
Me? I don't know. You broke up.
Yeah.
No, the other Steve.
Right. Yeah, I know. I actually didn't hear what he said. But yeah, Cowboys been playing a lot better the last few weeks, and I mean Marcus Paul, rushed to the hospital. What Andrew said is the Dallas doctors brought the man back to life.
Yeah.
If this team doesn't come out absolutely fired up after that happening, get out of the league.
Yep.
That's absolutely right. We don't want no names in this country. Happy Thanksgiving for us. Chris.
Well, a part of me wants to go against Dallas just, to ruin the sweep for you, Ernest. But exactly what Steve said. After something like that happens, your squad has to get together and get fired up and come out with a win. So I think that's exactly what they're going to do.
Perfect. Let's see if it's ruined again. Dre.
I see you're kind of getting excited about McCartney, but it's all smoke screen and bombs. So I like this Alex Smith comeback. He's playing great, and Gibson and Scary Terry are also taking their game to the next level. So I think it's going to be a very, very, very close game, as usually these rivalry games are. And yes, Ernest,
you're gonna pick them, aren't you? Oh wait! You mean the football team?
The football team.
Yes, that is correct.
Wow.
Cancel.
I totally thought that he was going to say that they were taking their level to the next level.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, Dre. That's another sweet pick ruined by Dre Rogers. Let's talk about Pittsburgh Steelers versus those Baltimore Ratbirds. 5.5-point favorites at home are the Pittsburgh Steelers. Juju questionable, but I do think he plays. Of course, the Ravens, is who I was talking about, will be fielding whoever that gets cleared from COVID. So that's going to be an interesting game. I am taking Pittsburgh to cover the 5.5-point spread that was given to them for the line. Paul, I'm going to you.
We don't pick Ratbirds, and nothing will make my Thanksgiving any better than to absolutely drive the nail in their playoff coffin. Give me the Steelers.
Luke.
And cover.
Well, I mean, at this rate, they're going to have to get Shane Falco out there at fucking quarterback. I mean, they've got fucking nobody on that fucking COVID list. They got everybody there. So give me the Steelers by 10. Happy Thanksgiving, pilgrims.
It's frozen. Our second one of the night. Will.
Yeah, I think that was a real kick in the teeth loss for Baltimore last week, and then add it to all the COVID pickups this week. Of what's the spread again?
5.5.
Yeah, give me Steelers on the spread.
Jet.
Well, on top of having a bunch of COVID, they also have a terrible O-line, and the Steelers have an incredible D-line. So I think that game was going to get won in the trenches anyways. So Steelers, and I'll take those points as well.
Perfect. Andrew.
I do want to just quickly say the Raptors are terrible, but I do want to say congratulations to Des Bryant, who got 4 receptions back in the NFL for the first time since 2017 and looked good. So congratulations to Des. Much love from your former boys. Lamar Jackson's an absolute fucking fraud. He's been exposed. Everybody knows what kind of quarterback he is now. He cannot pass the ball. And when he gets into running situations, defenses now have just absolutely picked up his game. I am taking the Steelers by, I'd say 7 at least in this game.
Perfect. Chris, fantasy implications.
Well, the only player that I actually have is on the IR. So I'm going to go Steelers here. Every time whichever way I pick for Baltimore, they always screw me. So I'll go Pittsburgh here.
All right. We got another sweet pick alert. Third one in a row going to Dre Rogers. Who do you have in this game? Yep. Third one of the night.
Solid pick.
Steve.
I'm waiting for a Ratbird pick.
I can't pick a Ratbird. I mean,
No,
just look at that name. I
Very
don't
true.
like the Steelers either, but look at that name. The Ratbirds. Like,
That's
I
it.
can't pick that.
That'll get
So,
you.
I'm picking the Steelers.
All right. So Steelers are our sweet pick as of right now. Who knows? Dre may come on and ruin that also. Dre, who are you picking between Steelers and Ravens? I see your back.
Wait, who had the minus 5.5?
Steelers.
Oh hell no. plus 5.5.
So you think Baltimore will win outright?
I don't think they've been playing great football, so I'm gonna let you have this one. Oh wait, no, actually, my girl took the Ravens, didn't she? So I can't let her be by herself. So Ravens. Yes, I will
And
screw this
Dre
up.
ruins another sweet pick, picking Baltimore to win it outright.
Either
3
he's
in a row.
3 or 3-0. Who knows?
I may just parlay Dre's picks to show how crazy it is. Chicago Bears, Green Bay Packers, Sunday Night Football. Green Bay officially at the end of the night was 8.5-point favorites. I know some people had them at 9, but they finished 8.5-point favorites at home at Lambeau against Chicago's leaderless, quarterbackless team, as they don't have a quarterback yet cleared to play. So let's talk about this game. I'm taking the Packers to win and cover the spread. Chicago, even with the quarterback, probably wasn't going to cover the spread, but I'm going to take Green Bay to win this game. Dre, this is your team. Do you feel confident in the Packers winning at home against the Bears?
Yeah, this is the easiest one. Foles is obviously a joke, like I told you from the beginning. Trubinsky will keep throwing those interceptions. So yeah, Packers win.
Green Bay.
See, this is what you get. This is the information you get from Google and Wikipedia.
Chris, fantasy implications.
Well, David Montgomery's still questionable, but even if he plays, one of his main strengths is being able to be a receiving back, and they don't really have a quarterback here. So I completely blanked on who the other team is.
Green Bay.
All right, yeah, I'm taking the Packers, and please throw to Tanyan.
You're picking Green Bay.
He's picking Green Bay on the points. Andrew.
Green Bay, but by 14. This isn't even gonna be a close game.
Green Bay says extend those points out, get more money. Jet.
I'm going to take the Packers because they're undoubtedly the better team, but I'm going to take the Bears points because that is still an elite defense and it's a divisional game.
Yep, that's a fair analysis right there. Will.
I literally, Jet just took the words out of my mouth. It was what Jet said. Yeah, and I hope Rodgers continues to throw to Valdez-Scantling even though he messed up at the end of the game.
Jet, please get out of Will's head. Luke.
Give me the pack.
He's taking the Packers straight up in cover. Paul.
Nope, I'm going with my international mates on this one. Give me the Packers to win, but not to cover. It's a divisional game, and that defense can't get to him, and I think it's going to be a close game.
Steve, round us up on this game.
Yeah, Packers win, but they don't cover 5.5.
9.
8.5.
Great pick. Great pick, Steve.
Oh yeah, no, they ain't covering 8.5. Jeez, sorry, I misspoke.
We get a
sweep
pick.
No
we
way
got
I'm
our
late.
we got our first sweep pick of the night, which is Green Bay money line. So Green Bay to win
Good job,
it straight
Steve.
up
Good
would
job,
be our
Steve.
first sweep pick, guaranteed pick of the night. Let's go to the Battle of the Birds, or what I like to call the Bird Bowl, which is where I'm from. We had a Bird Bowl. Seattle Seahawks 5.5-point favorites on the road against Philly. I don't have to talk much about what's going on in Philadelphia, as you've probably heard it all over your Twitter feeds, all over ESPN, anything you watch. Philly's a mess right now. Carson Wentz, W-I-N-C-E, is probably doing wonders for your fantasy teams if you went with him. I'm going Seattle to win this game. Yes, there's some bias because I'm a Cowboys fan, but I just don't think Philly is good enough to compete with Russell Wilson in that offense. That's my true analysis on it. No offense, Will, but I do think Seattle is just a better team. So I'm taking Seattle to win this game. I do think they will win by more than 5.5. I debated it, though. I'm not confident in that pick. Take that for what it's worth. Seattle to win and cover. Let's go with Paul. Paul, who do you have in this game?
I feel the same way that you do, Ernest. I feel like there's one elite unit on the field, and that's the Seattle defense or the Seattle offense. And I feel like the Eagles are just prone to making mistakes, and Russ can definitely shred that secondary. And I'm going to go with them, and I'm going to go with them to cover. But just like you, I can see it being a field goal game, honestly, with the way how bad Seattle's defense is.
Agree. And Philly likes to hang around. That's why it's tough to really say they're going to pull away. Jet.
I look at this game and I see Philly as a team that's got an elite defensive line. Their secondary actually is playing pretty good. But the thing about Seattle is at any given point, Russell Wilson can just take off. And that is going to completely destroy the Eagles. And that's why I got to take the Seahawks minus 6 points.
Okay. All right. Will, I'm going to give you the chance here to rebuttal.
Yeah, it's not been a fun watch these last couple of weeks.
Hey, I'm there with you, man. The Cowboys have nothing to write home about. Trust me.
I think what's most frustrating is this. I'm not trying to make an excuse with the injuries, but Wentz is trying to play like a quarterback with our full roster. He needs to just suck it up and go, do you know what? Get down the field, run the ball, get your field goals. He doesn't need to go for these stupid 4-yard passes. Like when plays are dead, he tries to make plays and it's just not working. Just suck it up. Get your field goals, tick along the score, and we're just not doing that. We're trying to play like we're trying to play like with the Steelers, but we're not. We're just not. So it's just frustrating. I think either we get absolutely blown out or we win a scrappy 18-16. Obviously, I hope it's the latter. And I'm going to back my boys, but not confident at all. So I'm going to go with the Eagles, but not confident one bit.
Okay. That's okay. I knew I was never going to call a sweet pick alert on this one with you being on the call here, Will. But I will say this. If the Philadelphia Eagles played more like the way the Los Angeles Rams play with Jared Goff, it would be a much different story for the Philadelphia Eagles this year. Unfortunately, they think he's Tom Brady. Andrew, what is your analysis on this game?
I got to give a little shout out to my boy Jet over there because earlier in the year, we said that the Eagles were an okay team, but he said the only reason why they won the Super Bowl was because of Frank Reich. And I am starting to believe that to a T. Doug Peterson has lost this team. Carson Wentz is a disaster out there. It hurts me to say because I am a Carson Wentz fan. It just hurts me to say that. He's completely forgot about Fulgham in the offense. who's had 2 catches in 2 weeks. Mind blowing. This guy was your best wide receiver, and since Jeff come along, you've totally forgot about him. Seattle with Carlos Hyde looked rejuvenated. They had a run game finally. Seattle wins this, and I think they take the spot. Actually, you know what? I don't think they cover. I think it's going to be a close game, as Will alluded to. It's either going to be. I think it's going to be a close game, but give me Seattle for this for sure.
Chris Carson also trending back for the Seahawks, so that run game just going to get better and a little bit scarier.
Just
Chris,
what Andrew said, sorry, quickly as well, is at the start of the year, before we'd seen a ball thrown, Eagles fans on Twitter all over Doug Peterson, all over Carson Wentz, like they were the best thing to come out of this world. And now it's just completely turned, and it's not a fun place to be in Philadelphia at the minute, I don't think.
And it's been opposite for Dallas. Everybody said that the offense would click without Dak.
Ever a happy place to
It was
be
going
in
to click without
Philadelphia?
Dak, and then now Dak's gone. It's like, we need Dak. So very, very different in both fan bases. Chris Remick, fantasy implications of who you have.
Well, Russell Wilson is the MVP of my fantasy team thus far. Kind of had a 2-game slide 2 weeks ago and just bounced back with a dub. So hopefully he bounces back as well with some great performances down the stretch.
Perfect. He's taking Seattle and the points. Dre Rogers, who do you have in this game? Our fourth one of the night. Okay, there he is.
I mean, I did say she was going to make my picks, so I got to stick with that. So unfortunately, I got to go with the Eagles. But so yeah, I guess plus 5.5 and Eagles win.
Thank you, Dre. I wish you the best of luck with your pick so far. Steve.
Yeah, I got to take the Seahawks, and I got to point out that the Philly special was an illegal formation.
There we go. All right, we're going to skip that one. Luke?
Give me Dangerous and the Hawks.
Dangerous and the Hawks. That's going to round it up. But if you didn't see it, driving the lane is still Davis Cordova from the ITL draft night. He's out scouting talent or something out there.
Yeah,
Davis, appreciate you joining. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. I just got off of work, so I'm sorry for being late.
Dude,
but,
turn your fucking camera the other way, Dave.
That is highly illegal.
We're not condoning while driving a vehicle.
We're not condoning this.
Put
the camera off the beer, though.
Don't broadcast and drive, kids.
Oh no! It's
we
on
like
a,
to practice safe driving here.
It's on a clip.
Blue
It's
Collar
on a
Media
clip.
Group.
I'm not carrying it.
Yeah,
I'm not carrying it.
Barely drive.
All right, Davis.
Blue collar laws don't exist.
You know what, Davis? While I have you, though, let's finish out our against the spread picks. Who do you have? Houston -3 against Detroit.
Houston to cover.
Washington against Dallas. Dallas 3-point favorites.
Dallas to cover.
You're a smart man so far. Pittsburgh 5.5-point favorites against the Ratbirds.
Pittsburgh to cover.
As Paul mentioned before, give some economic stimulus from the Thanksgiving games. They tend to cover. Chicago visits Green Bay. Green Bay 8.5-point favorites.
Chicago to cover, but Packers to win.
That is a smart pick. Davis, you weren't even here for the conversation. You're trending the right way. Seattle 5.5-point favorites on the road against Philly.
Seahawks win, but for some reason the Eagles will cover.
All right, Davis. I think you do some analysis better on the road. Maybe you should be driving for every pick.
We do not condone this.
It's just me.
We do not condone this. Blue Collar Media Group does not condone any illegal activity.
That is a trademark.
Most of them.
That is our against the spread.
We don't
picks.
condone illegal activity.
That was brought to you
Steve,
by
that's besides the point.
Triple Double Basketball Academy.
Paul's just like
are not condoning broadcasting and driving. We're going to take a commercial break real quick. Round 2, our fire round picks before we do round 3 NBA coverage. Stick with us, folks, right after this commercial break. Round 2, that's the bell. We're still talking about condoning broadcasting and driving. Davis has turned his camera off because he can't be seen.
Hey, if the TV falls off the back of the truck, you pick it up. You know what I'm saying?
Preach.
All right,
it's not stealing. It's taking what's yours.
Let's do our fire round. All I need is the team you're picking to win. That's all I need, guys. Let's zoom right through this. Cleveland goes and visits Jacksonville. Chris.
Cleveland.
Dre.
before I give my pick, I just gotta say, real men trust their women, so you should all let those picks stand.
Oh, you are
instead of
whipped.
giving
We need
out
a
you
whip
picks.
cracking sound every time you make a pick.
Instead of giving out you picks,
Mark, put it in.
You should respect those picks already, man.
So you're picking
You
Cleveland?
guys are scared. You guys are
Jacksonville.
scared. So anyway, what was the pick?
Cleveland, Jacksonville.
No, whoever's not Jacksonville.
All right, Cleveland. Minshew Mania is dead. I'm taking Cleveland. Paul.
Clowns.
Steve.
Clowns.
I'm gonna take the Cleveland Clowns to win this.
Los Angeles Browns.
My
Yeah,
dog
I was gonna say that.
My dog made the pick. He is taking the Browns, as you can tell.
Davis.
Just look. You don't have any input anymore after you said.
I'm not a cereal.
Christmas.
It's not
when
a
you
Christmas
said Die Hard was not a Christmas
It's
movie.
not a Christmas movie.
You're dead to me.
It's not.
Die Hard is absolutely a Christmas movie.
No,
For sure.
we're not getting into this. Next,
Fire around everybody.
fire.
Die Hard's
Keep
a
it going,
Christmas
Davis.
Yes.
Did you call on me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
Keep driving, kid.
Hey, Baker Mayfield sucks, but the Browns
Boomer
are gonna
Sooner.
win, so.
What's that have to do with Die Hard?
I guess that's Cleveland.
Will.
Will.
Is the pick whether or not Die Hard's a Christmas film? The Browns.
And what do you think? Is Die Hard a Christmas film?
Jet.
I like the British guy. It's my
Uh,
Maverick.
Browns and Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Andrew.
Curiosity question: is Gardner Minshew back?
No.
No.
Browns by 1 million.
All right, taking Browns by man. That is another sweep pick. Cleveland money line, Seattle money line, Green Bay money line.
Did you get mine?
Yep, got yours.
Okay.
Didn't I? I think I got yours. I have Cleveland for you. Okay.
you did.
All right,
Couldn't
let's
hear
move
over
on.
his
That's
engine.
the longest fire round pick of my life. Arizona against New England. I am taking Arizona. Andrew.
New England, the trap game.
Jet.
Oh, it is a trap, but I'm gonna take Arizona anyways.
Will.
The Patriots.
Ouch, that hurt coming out of your mouth. Davis.
The Patriots broke Steve's superstition that if he stays outside and they win, so give me the Cardinals.
I have another superstition that we
I
weren't
haven't
doing that
even
day.
bragged about Houston beating New England. That's how much I respect you, Steve. Luke.
Patriots at home.
Steve. I don't even know why I ask.
Yeah, come on.
Paul. Paul.
Mute.
He's dead.
That's number 5 tonight.
What was the over/under on that?
4.5. We passed it.
1.5? Wow, we're gonna smash that.
We've also almost smashed 50 minutes, so.
Yeah.
Bless America.
God bless America. Is that what he just said?
Did Paul pick a team?
Yeah,
Paul,
he just
you
said
I think he
Cardinals.
said Cardinals.
Cards. All right.
Cardinals, yeah.
It's a good pick,
Cardinals
Dre.
counted.
Fantasy football start of the week. Kyler Murray, 5 touchdown passes. Cardinals book it.
Chris.
Cardinals.
Wow, almost a sweep pick. We had a few New England people in there. Chargers, Buffalo. I am choosing Buffalo to win this game. Chris, back to you.
Buffalo as well.
Dre.
Yeah, Bills Mafia.
Paul.
Bills.
Steve.
Bills.
Luke.
No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Give me the Bills.
We have a sweep pick alert. Davis is gone. All right, Will.
Bills
Great
by
crap.
20.
Rear-ended someone.
He's passing over insurance papers right now.
This pick is brought to you by
Hold on,
Allstate.
officer. Hold on, officer. The Bills. I got the Bills. Okay.
Excuse me, officer. Who do you have? The Bills or the Chargers?
Hey, run that, money line parlay I'll give you. Just look the other way.
For my ticket. Jet.
Funny.
Rookie of the year on its way, Chargers.
Wow, there goes a sweet pick. Andrew.
That team almost blew it to the Jets last week. Give me the Bills.
That was a surprising game. It really sucked. Our bye week was full of upsets. All right, we are going to those Jets. Jets host the Miami Dolphins. I'm taking Miami. Andrew.
Miami.
Anybody not choosing Miami for this game?
Hey, look at the rest of the Jets schedule.
Probably Kenny.
Boys. They're 0-16. They're not winning a game.
No, wait. I can't wait. Undefeated.
Kenny's taking the Jets.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kenny. Actually, I have Kenny's picks,
don't,
but I'm not.
I was just gonna say, don't ask me if I'm picking the Jets at all this season. Just don't ask me if I'm picking.
Yeah, the rest of the way. Look at the rest of the way.
We'll save time.
Giants visit the Bengals. Anybody picking the Bengals?
For the which? Who are they playing against? Sorry.
The Giants.
Oh, yikes!
You got Finley at quarterback.
What's the
We're about to be,
line doesn't
we're
matter.
actually
It's
about
just
to be
money line.
last in the NFC.
Just who wins.
Oh God, the Giants.
Yeah. Okay. So is anybody picking Cincy though?
No.
Okay. So let's.
We're
go ahead and
actually
just-
about to be last in the NFC East.
Danny Two Nickels,
Yeah,
baby.
you are because your schedule really
Glad you
sucks.
punted against the Bengals.
Yeah, the
Unbelievable.
Eagles lineup sucks coming down the stretch.
Yeah, you have a really bad schedule. All right, Carolina against Minnesota. Minnesota at home. I am taking Minnesota to have a comeback game against those Carolina Panthers. I'm going to start off this one with Will.
The Vikings.
Jet.
Vikings.
Andrew.
CMC sounds like he's trending towards being back. Bridgewater's back. Give me the Panthers.
They're better off with MVP J Walker. Chris.
I'm going Panthers.
Dre.
Vikings.
Paul.
Vikes.
Luke.
Vikings.
Steve.
Vikings.
All right, so almost a sweet pick there. Chris and Andrew, the outliers there. If
Oh, boy.
CMC doesn't play, though, are you guys still Vikings?
Mike Davis has done pretty well. No matter.
Robbie Anderson.
Oh, you fantasy implication guy.
Yeah, Mike Davis has done well.
DJ Moore.
As a
Lost-
Robbie owner, he's been garbage.
Yes.
It's been a tough couple weeks.
He
has.
has.
It's been tough.
Tough few weeks. Las Vegas, as a DJ Moore owner, though, I've been living large.
Right?
I've been living large.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
MVP J Walker did wonders for me last week. All right, Las Vegas goes up against Atlanta. Atlanta at home. Kings of the fourth quarter lead loss. God, I lost that one. All right,
Yeah.
I'm taking Las Vegas on the road. I don't think it's close. We'll start this one off with Paul.
Vegas.
Luke.
The Raiders.
Steve.
Raiders.
Chris.
Falcons.
I am surprised. Dre.
All right. If nobody was taking the Falcons, I was going to do it, but no, I'm taking the Raiders.
Wow. Will.
Yeah, Raiders. Put some respect on John Gruden.
Jet.
Speaking of Chucky, he's got them at 4-1 on the road.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
give me the
Chucky.
Raiders.
Andrew, round us up.
Vegas, baby.
We have a lot of sweet picks. Like I said, that's 8 guaranteed money lines. I'm not going to count Chris's Atlanta. I'm sure he has an Atlanta fantasy player. Who is it?
Calvin Ridley, baby.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Take that with a grain of salt. Tennessee, Indianapolis. I'm just going to start this off with Paul, and then I'll give my pick.
Give me the Colts.
Oh, man, that makes it tougher. Okay, I'm going to go. Okay, Jet, let me get yours real quick.
Jeez. God.
That's
What
tough
direction?
analysis.
Let's go Colts, I guess, this time.
Andrew.
Yeah, give me the Colts. I love what I saw out of them against Green Bay.
Luke.
Give me the Colts. High scoring. Philip Rivers with a fourth corner INT.
My boys.
Dre.
Is Philip Rivers playing? Because he was kind of banged up against the Packers.
He doesn't need to be mobile.
You're guaranteed at least.
I don't think you can break his arm, considering his arm's already broken every time he throws.
I'll give this to Jet. I'll take the Colts.
Chris.
Titans.
Derrick Henry. Am I right?
Derrick Henry, baby.
Yeah, I knew that was there.
Derrick Henry.
Steve.
I'm going to take the Colts, and I hate saying it, but I'm taking the fucking Colts and Philip Rivers.
Will.
I'm going to go with Tennessee in a close one.
Boo.
Man,
Sorry,
Spurs
sorry.
goes off.
so conflicted with this game. I'm so
Sorry,
conflicted.
man.
I am going to. Okay. I'm gonna. God, this game is so 50-50. It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't know.
It really is.
It is.
Okay, I'm gonna
What
take
a tie.
Tennessee. I'm taking Tennessee in this game. Although Jet, I hope the Colts win for you.
Yeah,
I
same.
do hope the Colts win for you. But I'm gonna take Tennessee. It's a Derrick Henry game for me. Division rival. It's heated. Defense plays and shows up in division. Okay, the San Francisco, Los Angeles Rams. I'm taking the Rams to win this game handedly. Chris,
Rams.
Paul,
Rams.
Luke,
St. Louis. LA Rams.
Jet,
Rams.
and we're all over the place. Andrew,
I need them to figure out their run offense would be great, but Rams.
Will,
Rams.
Sweet pick alert. Steve,
Rams.
Dre.
Yeah, Rams.
Wow, that's a big sweet pick there. That makes number 9 for us. So again, like I said there was going to be 10. I think this is our next one. New Orleans goes to Denver. I'm going to start this one off. I'm going to pick New Orleans to win this game. This one might not be popular, but I think New Orleans has it figured out on offense. Denver may have some adjustments for them, but I like Sean Payton on the road. Denver does not impress me in a very close game. So taking New Orleans, I'm going to start with Luke.
Even though it all depends on the weather in Denver.
I was gonna say
it all depends on the weather because that New Orleans team does not know how to play in weather. But I'm gonna just roll with the Saints. Taysom Hill, good luck, buddy.
If it's weather though, the better running team is the Saints.
I don't know.
It is.
It's just hard. They haven't proven.
Kamara, Murray, Taysom Hill.
Yeah, the Saints running backs is better than.
Yeah.
Wait, is Taysom Hill running back?
I mean, he has been until last week.
I don't know.
For like 50 yards a game.
He is.
That's like an insult, right? You can't call a quarterback a running back, right? That's like a thing.
Well, I mean, you can when he's a tight end and a wide receiver and
Swiss
at
pie.
back
Taysom,
and a
Taysom Hill.
Special teams.
Taysom Hill is literally Tim Tebow. It's the same dude.
That's true.
People could have capitalized on that so many years ago.
I'm gonna take the Saints, but like Luke said, watch the weather.
Paul.
Nobody's talking about it, but the Saints defense has come alive. The
Yeah.
Saints, that defense carries them in Denver.
Drake.
You know what? No, I'm not doing it. Saints.
Wow.
Chris.
Saints.
Michael Thomas or Alvin Kamara?
I don't got nobody. I just.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, Will. You just sounded so sure.
Yeah, the Saints. They're leading the NFC. They're going to win again.
Jet.
I'm taking the Saints because I have Melvin Gordon and I'm sick of watching him drop the ball on the fucking ground.
Sweet pick alert again, which I thought it was going to be Andrew.
Yeah, give me the Saints.
Like I said, 10 guaranteed picks, money line options from ITL. If you're paying attention, you should have them all written down. This is another 50-50 for me, so I'm going last. Kansas City against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay at home. Going to go across the list. Andrew.
Oh, shit. Come back to me.
Jet.
Oh, shit. I'm going to take Tampa Bay. Tom doesn't lose back-to-back.
All right. Like I said, there are two 50-50 games, Tennessee, Indianapolis, KC, Tampa Bay. This is where the two big games I'll be watching because it's going to determine a lot for me in the future. Will.
It's at Kansas City, isn't it?
It's in Tampa Bay.
Oh, it's in Tampa Bay. Fuck it, Mahomes anyway.
He's going Patrick Mahomes. Luke.
It's so hard to see Tom lose 2 in a row, and I don't know, but he has played terrible at home. So give me the defending champs.
Kansas City with another pick. Steve.
I'm gonna take the Bucks.
I knew you would. I
hate the Chiefs. I hate you. I'm sorry.
It's his favorite team.
Travis
remember.
Kelce is better than Rob Gronkowski,
Wright.
Steve.
Travis Kelce is like 30 yards being off the leading receiver in the league.
Yeah.
Steve, I know I couldn't talk to you about it, but I do feel bad that Rex Burkhead is out again for another season. Paul.
I don't really see how this is close. Kansas City smacks them.
Oh, well, that's a determining factor there. Chris?
I'm going to go Kansas City.
I'm not even going to ask fantasy implications. You should have one. Dre?
Yeah, easy. Kansas City.
I'm going back to Andrew.
Yeah, I watched that last drive with a $135 for Kansas City. Give me KC.
I have a note here next to me. I wrote it down before the show. I'm going to read it out loud. KC, no matter what, just like draft day. So I'm taking Kansas City.
Yeah.
Taking Kansas City to win this game. All right, that is our fire round. Fire round probably took about 30 minutes, but we got through it, guys. Davis dropped off the call. We'll get his picks out to you guys on a later post. Thanks for getting through with us for round 2. But this was brought to you by Taquito Express, where you can get all you can eat tacos for $7.99. I just got to hang out at Taquito Express with our last episode. It was fantastic, even better than I remembered. It was phenomenal. They can't wait. They are really going to put a stage up for us, have a huge banner in there, and they're ready for our first live episode with all of us there. They're going to have like 12 chairs lined up. They want us all there. So I'm actually really excited about that. We will have to make that happen. Round 3 is just some NBA analysis. So if you're here for just the picks, you can drop off online. But if you want to hear what's going on in the NBA, give us about 15 more minutes and then we'll bid adieu right after this commercial break. All right.
I'm actually going to hop off.
Okay, buddy. All right.
Later, guys.
See ya.
Steve.
Bye-bye.
All right. Round 3 is our NBA talk, which is going to be us talking about some free agent moves. The 15 best, see you later, Dre, our 15 best free agents that have chosen a new home, and then talk about the standings on where we see the teams moving from our own team perspective. So let's talk about our initial free agents that have shown. I'm going to go ahead and share something on your screens. Here are the top 15 free agents according to ESPN, CBS Sports, and NBA combined. So you can take a look at these names. Anthony Davis, still number 1, has not chosen a new home. That's for future considerations and Giannis perspective, which we'll talk about in just a minute. Brandon Ingram not only signed and to stay in New Orleans, but he also had a max extension of 5 years, $158 million.
Let's go.
Fred VanVleet also got paid 4 years, $85 million. I'm sure that's going to be a topic of discussion of whether he deserved that much there in Toronto, but he will be staying in Toronto. Gordon Hayward, the big topic of discussion, leaving Boston and going to the Charlotte Hornets on a 4-year, $120 million deal, which I'll just say right now is a bit of a stretch for a team that needed to find some more talent. The breaking news right now is that Bogdan Bogdanović has not been matched by the Kings. He will be an Atlanta Hawk, 4 years, $72 million offer sheet from the Hawks. He will be going there. 6th best free agent and a wonderful player indeed. Christian Wood will be going to the Houston Rockets on a 3-year, $41 million sign-and trade deal. Joe Harris staying in Brooklyn. Danilo Gallinari going to Atlanta as well. Dragic stays in Miami on a 2-year, $37.4 million deal with an option. Jeremy Grant is lost, goes to Detroit, which I feel Detroit has like 7 of these guys too, but 3 years, $60 million deal there. Davis Bertans stays, gets paid, 5-year, $80 million deal. Montrezl Harrell will be probably a focal point as he switches the LA script going to the Lakers. Marcus Morris to the Clippers, Serge Ibaka to the Clippers, and Marc Gasol to the Lakers. So, guys, I will go down the list here. You guys have the names in front of you. I'll start with you, Jet. Who was the biggest shocker on this list for you?
I think by quite a large margin, it's got to be Montrezl Harrell, switch it over to the LA Lakers. Now, I think I understand the rationale of why he did it. I think he looks at the Lakers roster and sees himself having an opportunity to play more minutes. And on a short contract like that, he can really buff up his value come next contract and potentially get a couple rings in the time that he's there. So I get where he was going with it. It was just kind of a soft move, in my opinion.
I also think he probably heard Serge Ibaka signing in LA for the Clippers.
Yeah.
So losing minutes to him because he's not as good of a shooter as Ibaka is. And although he makes his presence around the rim felt, I don't think he would have been able to compete. He didn't want to compete for that spot. So I think he fits well in LA. Marc Gasol also goes there. Andrew, on this list for you, who was the biggest signing in your opinion?
Well, I'm going to be biased here, but I'm a diehard Raptors fan, and they had to address a massive need, and they might have overpaid by a little bit, but boy, did they need to keep Fred VanVleet in the lineup. I mean, you look at the roster, and we'll break down this later, but I mean, for all money intents and purposes, they needed to keep that backcourt. I mean, Kyle Lowry's going to stay for one more year. Obviously, Freddie's still there. They still have pieces in place to go on a run. I think, I could be wrong. I've been wrong about a lot of stuff before in my life, but I like the signing for sure.
Now, Chris, when we look at this list from a numbers perspective, I know you're the NBA numbers guru. Which player has the best value for where they're going on this list, in your opinion?
It's kind of hard to say. I'd probably go towards, I'm very happy for Brandon Ingram getting paid in New Orleans. They needed to make that move. And the fact that they got him for 158 mil instead of the 163 to 195 is huge, because you have a lot of rookie deals going on in New Orleans. Josh Hart, Jackson Hayes, Zion Williamson, all those boys. And Zoe's extension is coming soon. So is Josh Hart's. So there's going to have to be some decisions to be made in New Orleans, and Brandon Ingram, although it's a shortcut, any money that they can salvage from any deals is going to benefit them in the long run. So that's very good for them.
Perfect. Now, Will, I saved you for a little bit because the Hawks have a lot of moves on here. You get Danilo Gallinari. Now you have Bogdan Bogdanovic. And if I'm messing up that name, guys, I'm sorry.
You're good.
Okay. How do you feel about those two being added to the arsenal? Not to mention Rajon Rondo as well, joining the Atlanta Hawks further down the list on the rankings, but he did join as well. You got a team built there. That team, I think that team's ready for a run. Talk to us.
Yeah, and Chris Dunn, another addition. Exciting. Obviously, it offers a big question to what happens next year with John Collins, and what they do in the long-term future with him. Obviously, I'd love him to stay at the Hawks. But yeah, exciting. They've obviously just sent out a message saying that Trae Young's our guy. We're building our team around him, and it's exciting. If a guy averages 9.2 assists with a team with the lowest 3-point shooting percentage in the league, and you had shooters like Bogdanovic and Gallinari, I mean, it's only going to be exciting times in Atlanta. So I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, it's going to be different for the team because the last 2-3 seasons they've been playing as a team with no expectation. No one really watches them. And now with all these signings, guys are going to be like, yo, you have to start winning games. So these young guys are going to have to start putting up performances day in, day out. And I mean, just make sure we get in the playoffs, get in that top 8, and then see what happens. But yeah, excited.
Now, just Paul, there are a couple of head scratches where you kind of look at it and you go, huh, why? And MJ is not exactly the best owner of making the right decisions with his front office on the players. Gordon Hayward, to me, is that 4-year, $120 million deal where I'm just, huh? What? Also, Joe Harris, 4-year, $75 million deal. I'm a little baffled at the numbers. But for you, just Paul, I know Atlanta's your new team, but those two players, are they worth those deals in your opinion?
I like Joe Harris. I'm a Joe Harris guy. I think he brings a little bit of that extra scoring they need there off those other two guys. 75. I'm really new to this NBA free agency signing, but it just seems like there's a lot of these contracts out there, and at least I think Joe Harris could perform to that. As far as Gordon Hayward goes, I don't know. Cool. That was a complete head scratcher for me.
Got a lot to say about Gordon Hayward.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that. It seemed like he was fitting there in Boston. He seemed like he liked the guys he was playing with there.
Well, him and Brad Stevens too have that relationship. You would think.
Yeah, and then it ended all weird. Like, I mean, he gave him an extra day to. I thought something was going on, like a sign and trade or something, and then out of nowhere he signs with Charlotte and just goes there to die, I guess, because that's what happens in Charlotte. But as far as the Hawks go, title confirmed.
Let's go.
Just Luke, Marcus Gasol said he was going to go play overseas. He was done with the NBA, and all of a sudden the Lakers need a big man. He comes back. Should Toronto feel a bit spurned that Marcus Gasol comes back and he goes to the Lakers?
Honestly, no.
Hell no.
One, because they got him on the I can't believe I'm going to say this. It's $5 million is cheap. But I mean, honestly, for Marcus Gasol, $5 million, they shipped out a couple pieces to bring him in. I mean, okay, whatever. I'm completely fine with it. I'm actually going to go with your boys, Ernest, and I'm glad Boogie Cousins has a home.
Yeah.
He deserves it. I think he is a good piece to have, especially with everything that's going on around down there. Coming off, it's an Achilles he had, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And an
coming off
ACL.
a really bad. I mean, really bad. So to see him get signed with a team, I mean, I wouldn't mind a guy coming off a full year's rest, giving me 22 a night.
I mean, as you guys know, I'm one of the most critical guys on the planet to the Rockets, but bringing in Christian Wood and DeMarcus Cousins, those were great moves.
Christian Wood
I
is a
danced,
great
I
move.
danced around Christian Wood because I was gonna talk about it, but you're absolutely right.
He's
You're
a great
absolutely right.
move.
Christian Wood's 25. You got him at, if you look at this list, he's one of the cheaper deals in this top 15 list, and you got him for 3 years. And then you bring in Boogie Cousins to not only mentor him also, but Christian Wood's gonna probably put on some weight, still get into his own, and he worked out with James Harden all offseason. So you're solidifying keeping Harden there in Houston, trying to make him happy. I think it was a win-win-win-win-win there for Houston with their offseason. Now you hear that Isaiah Thomas worked out for the Rockets today. Is that another comeback story you're going to have in Houston as a ball handler? Don't know where he gets minutes, but is that going to be a possible destination? So just a lot of redemption stories there in Houston. Big story is, though, with the DeMarcus Cousins signing for Houston, is that he does want to play with John Wall. So does that spark that back up with Russ to Wall trade happening? Because McLemore, Wall, and Cousins have the idea of playing together sometime during their career. So lots of questions still left in Houston, but I think Christian Wood showing up there, I think that was a fantastic signing by them. If you haven't watched Christian Wood highlights, you need to get used to the name. I think he might be a candidate for most improved player next year with the fit.
No, I agree.
And
especially
also,
with James Harden.
You also go from a team which has had a year of improving like their small ball skills, and you add two bigs in Wood and Cousins. Like that's only exciting times in Houston for me.
And you can play PJ Tucker at the 3 again, where he's supposed to be playing, right? No longer battling all night. I completely agree. Guys, let's take a look at the standings from last season and take a look at
Ernest. But that Gordon, that Dragic signing, that's like stealing.
It is.
I mean, what, $15 million a year for him? I mean, that's the dude's 20 and 10, like, you know what I mean? 20 and 8.
He's a guaranteed.
That dude was integral to Miami's run in the Eastern Conference.
I mean,
if it weren't for Gordon Hayward, they wouldn't have gotten by the Celtics. He was one of the main pieces to run that offense.
Dragic.
It just keeps coming back to the genius that is Pat Riley, and he's got so much respect. Goran got sat down by Miami, and they said, "Hey, there is a chance that we might get Giannis next offseason. We're going to need to give this a team option." And Goran was like, fair enough. Let's do it.
Yeah. And to convince him to stay for less money. I mean, he may not even know if there was a market enough out there for him for guard play, but he's going to stay there and try to contend again with the Heat. And I'm sure Pat sat there and said, hey, look, the Lakers, they could be hit and miss. They may not click next year. And that means we're the best team in the league, on paper. So, great selling point, and who knows now with the Bam Adebayo extension that guarantees the future of Miami, but it also says, hey, we're out of the Giannis bid. This is our team. So I love it. So let's look at the East, right? So that's where we're gonna go, anyways. So can you guys see that?
Yep.
All right. So we look at the East from last season. And we've already talked about a few teams about they've made moves, and especially you look at the Hawks. Which of the teams in the top 8 that made the playoffs last year will probably not be there next year right now? If you
Orlando, 100%.
Orlando did not get better. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah,
any other team on there you think drops out?
No.
I don't know if drops out, but I'm gonna say that Indy definitely drops down.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Pacers have a bad year.
He's gonna be they're gonna be like a solid 7th seed around there, especially if they hold on to Oladipo, especially with him telling people in the bubble, like, hey, like tell them to like get me, like I want to play for you guys. If they hold on to him, it's just gonna be a mess over there.
So if you take that into consideration, that means there's one spot next year by y'all standards. There's one spot. Atlanta makes a move. You would say there's no spots. Does Charlotte, Washington, Chicago, New York, Detroit, any of these teams have any chance?
Washington.
I like the Bulls. I like the Bulls. I like what the Bulls are doing. They might not be this year.
Bulls are young.
With Billy Donovan, they have a shot because Billy Donovan's an amazing coach.
I still feel like they need to add a piece. They need to add a veteran.
Yep.
Now, if John Wall really does come back and he says he is 100% and what the Wizards are saying are true, that he's explosive again, The Wall Beal effect. We'll have to see that in full strength next
And
year.
add Avadia to there too.
Right.
They still need to play defense, though. That's the issue.
And I don't believe Bradley Beal's 100% sold on being there either.
I don't know if he wants to be there with Wall. I think that's a question.
Yeah.
I do like what New York is doing, building up their franchise base. You know, they got Austin Rivers now, Dennis Smith Jr., RJ Barrett. I mean, it's not a bad team, but them and the Bulls, I think, are just work in progresses. They're in the process right now, like what the 76ers were in. They're just not.
Same with the Pistons. The Pistons, I like what they did in the draft. I like that I feel like they put together a solid draft.
Yeah, Detroit definitely had one of the better draft selections. They checked all the boxes that they needed to. They made some questionable free agent choices just based off of position. But anytime you can get a guy like Jeremy Grant, it's going to be a win. Every team needs a guy like Jeremy Grant.
Completely agree. Let's go into the question mark conference, which I think everybody can agree. We don't know what's going to happen in the West. The West is a bit of a toss-up. If you look at these, just automatically you see, Houston and San Antonio were a couple of highlights because Houston is they can either be really bad because they lose their stars to start the season, or they could be very good because everything clicks. But if I had to pick a team that from the top 8 already, I can tell you right now, Oklahoma City is not going to be there. They're going to be out, right? So that's one spot. I think Portland actually got better. Dallas kind of stood pat, although they do have a good roster. And Utah kind of stood pat. If not, they got passed by some teams on the bottom, like Phoenix. So I do think Oklahoma City is out of the playoffs. And if Houston loses their stars, they would be as well. But let's just say that stars are there. Let's go off today's roster. Who else do you see from the bottom moving up into the top 8?
Phoenix.
The Warriors and the Pelicans.
Yeah, the Warriors too.
Not
Warriors and Suns for me.
If Clay was healthy, I would say the Warriors would move up. But
I gotta be honest with you here, Ernest. I look at this conference and I only see Sacramento that I think's out of it.
Yeah,
I think everybody else is in the mix.
Yep, it was very tough for me to say, oh, this team is out. But I think other than Sacramento and Oklahoma City, everybody has a chance to make top 8.
Maybe the Spurs are in trouble.
Minnesota. I think Minnesota won't make
San Antonio possibly. Minnesota's got a pretty deep roster though.
They'll get better, but it's really on Cat and D'Lo if they want to make the jump.
They won 19 games. 19.
So 12 teams then out of the 15 you'd say will have a chance for those 8 spots. That's a tough conference.
Yeah. West is just a shit show, man. It's who stays healthy, who can, I like the Suns and what they did in this offseason. If I were to push anybody up, I think they make the top 8. The Thunder are obviously toast.
Because if you're going to say that the Warriors and Suns got better enough to make the playoffs, and if you can win that many games without Clay in Golden State,
they have to win that many games without Clay.
And then you would have to push out the next 2, which I think are Oklahoma City and Utah. And Utah's unless you think Dallas is not as good as Utah.
Dallas is one injury away from.
That's the main problem with Dallas is Kristaps is coming off of another meniscus tear.
Yeah.
And that's the huge question mark because we don't know if he comes back. Is he going to be 100%? Is he just going to get injured again? Like my guess is the dude plays peak like 50, 60 games. Even if he's 100%, just because Dallas is going to be so cautious with him.
Well, they have to be.
I'll say this much about Dallas. If Dallas makes the playoffs, I think you can lock in Luka as MVP.
Oh my goodness.
I think you say Dallas, Houston, and Denver are those regular season teams that you can guarantee they get at least 40 wins.
The media's brainwashing you. Luka's shit.
Are you high, Will?
Wow.
That's
a hot take. That's a hot take.
That's a very hot take.
Let's discuss that for a minute. So I'm actually a fan of Luka. I think Luka is actually great. I hate the Mavericks, but I love the way Luka plays because it mimics James Harden. So I'm actually intrigued by the way he plays. Who said it was Will, right? So Luka, you think is not that great. I'd love to hear why.
I'm obviously just going to say this because of the Atlanta-Dallas trade.
Oh my gosh! No, I thought we had something juicy.
No,
everyone just says already. This guy's played 2 years of basketball. Okay, he makes it to the playoffs. Whatever, he loses to the Clippers. He still lost. Doesn't matter if he hit that game winner. Whatever.
But he was in the top 5 for MVP race in his second season.
Hey, he was in the playoffs.
Yeah, he lost. Doesn't matter. What does it mean? This guy, basically, he's played 2 years of
He
basketball.
lost. That matters.
So he's Carson Wentz.
He's played 2 years of basketball, and suddenly he's MVP candidate.
This is the James Harden debate. This is you saying Luka is like James Harden, so unless he wins the ship.
I didn't say that.
Well, it's similar because
I'm just saying this guy's put on a completely different pedestal to Trae Young in comparison to by everyone.
No.
This guy. Yes, if you ask everyone, they put Luka.
All right, well, let me ask you this: would you rather, for their second season, have Luka miss the playoffs or make the playoffs, be a top 5 MVP candidate, and then lose to the Clippers?
That's a stupid question. Obviously, I'd rather.
Well, like I'm just saying that because Trae couldn't make it in the East. I know he didn't have much help, but like
I'm just.
But if Luka was in the East, his team would be a top 4 seed.
I don't even know why we're really arguing about this because, Will, you have an absolute stud on your roster, dude. Trae Young's not a slouch. No one's saying he's a bad basketball player. The comparison is Luka has a roster now that can win, right? Can we all agree with that? Luka's got
he's got a partner.
Yeah, he did lose his coach this year.
Trae Young is now going to have that. So let's see what Trae does this year, and then we'll go back to this debate because until then, it's invalid.
I just don't see how where Luka gets any better from what he is right now. Where I see Trae ceiling is unbelievably a lot higher.
At least let me
peak is
Jet. Go ahead, Jet.
Let me explain why I said what I said. So I look at Dallas's roster and I don't see a whole lot of good outside of Luka and KP. And if that team can make it to the playoffs, because they really shouldn't, it's going to be because Luka completely carried them.
Yeah, I agree. He carried them, but I'm saying he had pieces that added to it, like sort of people came off with 15, 20-point games, like Seth Curry off the bench, like Dwight Powell. I'm not saying these guys are good basketball players. They're obviously not amazing pieces to have. But I'm just saying, I think people just need to slow down. I don't see how this guy gets any better. And I don't see if he is your main guy, how you win a ring with him as your main guy. Yeah, but here's the thing with Luka. I agree that there's not much room for him to get better. He's been playing professional ball since he was like 17. So all of his skills are for the most part developed. The only area where he can really get better is just being a smarter defender and then getting more efficient shooting the 3 ball. But he's already at his peak, so there's not much ceiling. But if his peak is like he's a MVP candidate and like he's gonna be in the discussion year in and year out, and he's already been in the discussion, I think that's a guy that even if he doesn't improve, can be the best player on a championship team. Let me just state where mine comes from.
Yeah,
I don't actually think Luka is a really bad basketball player. It just frustrates me that people think he is beyond this world, and I'm completely different to Trae Young, where Trae Young's a better basketball player, and you'll see it in 2 years.
So the style of play is very similar to comparing Steph Curry and James Harden. They just do not mesh. You cannot compare apples and oranges. You can't put them in each other's system because they'd be completely different systems if they played in each other's teams. So the people who like to say, well, if you put Trae over to Dallas and you put Luka over to Atlanta, the records would be different. Well, yeah, because the team would play different. Steven Silas is now the head coach in Houston, which was Luka's bread and butter coach. That's who made the offensive mindset and the offense go. We'll see what Luka does without him. Let's see what Luka kind of player, what he does without his offensive mind on the bench now that he's in Houston with James Harden. And let's see what Trae Young does with talent, and then we can have this debate next offseason. I do want to say, though, that NBA future is bright because there are tons of stars coming up. Trae Young was an absolute beast. Devin Booker is an absolute beast. And Luke is an absolute beast. But I want to go ahead and caveat this. Team to beat in the Eastern Conference. I'm going to get one answer from everybody to wrap up this segment. Jet, who's your team to beat in the East?
Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn Nets. Andrew?
Healthy Katie, Brooklyn Nets.
Just Luke?
Brooklyn.
Chris?
Nets.
Will?
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Paul?
Nets.
I agree. It is the Brooklyn Nets if KD is healthy. If he's not, I've got to have to turn that back over to Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee has the best starting lineup.
Giannis's head is not. I don't think Giannis's head is going to be with Milwaukee this year. So
yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. All right, Western Conference. I know this might be too early to tell, but team to beat in the West. Jet.
Lakers, I guess.
Lakers. Andrew.
You Lakers. Fuck, I hate saying that.
Just
Me
Luke.
too.
I mean, until somebody proves me otherwise, it's the Lakers.
Chris.
Lakers.
Will.
Just to not be boring and not say the Lakers, I'm going to say the Houston Rockets.
Nice.
I really like that pick. Just Paul.
Lakers. But going back to what we said, if something does happen in Houston, those spots 4 through like 11 are going to be separated by like less than 3 games.
I completely agree. For me, it is the Houston Rockets. Small ball is dead, which means that traditional basketball is back, which is James Harden's bread and butter. We'll have to see who he pairs with. If it's Russ, let's see Russ in a traditional system with James. If it's not Russ and it's John Wall, let's see what that's going to look like.
Yeah.
If
Lakers
it's not,
got to have their head on a swivel, boy, because Brooklyn is built specifically to beat them.
it is. That's going to be a very interesting matchup. And Golden State is back. We'll have to see how Golden State has to say about reclaiming their throne. Lots of NBA action. The season starts December 22nd. Camps report December 1st. Guys, tons of stuff happening in NBA. Tons of games left in the NFL. Enjoy your Thanksgiving weekend. Enjoy family and friends time. I'm going to let everybody do their sign off. Make it quick, guys. Let's go around the room. Just Paul, tell everybody.
Just have a happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe out there. Mask up. Don't be an idiot. And just take care of each other.
Also, who was the last segment brought to us by?
That would be Living My Best Cigar Life. They just opened their first shop up. You can check their websites out. livemybestcigarlife.com. Use My Best Cigar Life, all caps. Get $10 off your first order.
Fantastic. Will, how can the people find you?
Yeah, if you want to see more hot takes like I just gave you 5 minutes ago, you can check out my YouTube channel at Lath on Tour. And yeah, that's about it. Like Ernest said, I hope you guys have a really good Thanksgiving over there and get to spend it with your friends and family as well as you can. So yeah, enjoy, guys.
Phenomenal. Chris.
You can find me almost everywhere at Asian Tatum. Just be safe, guys. Wear the masks. Tell your family members you love them. And have an awesome Thanksgiving. And do not broadcast and drive.
just Luke.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Hearts on Hockey. I just want to tell you guys thanks for getting me on today. Thanks for everything you did this year. Have a happy Thanksgiving. And remember, Will Latham is a Maverick.
He is.
Just like Luca.
Don't say that.
Andrew, talk to us.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. You guys can find me at the Boomtown Pod on Facebook. Episode 9 dropping on Thursday. And follow me on Twitter because I really need to step my shit up. If I hit 100 this week, I'm going to do my own personal prize because this is embarrassing. I have the weakest Twitter game when it comes to blue collar. So let's get that going at Andrew Kahn, Kaun. And also shout out to all my American friends on the feed right now. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Watch football. Be with your families. Enjoy it. Enjoy the food. And just be grateful you got to be with your family this Thanksgiving.
Wonderful. At Jet.
Yeah. Shout out to my American friends. Love y'all. You can find me at Frostbite Pod. Myself and Harrison, we're both on there. And yeah, I hope everybody stays safe and has a great weekend.
That's wonderful. I was your favorite host at the Sport Gene, Ernest Silva, and I was on behalf of everybody, just happy Thanksgiving, you guys. Again, mimic everybody. Be safe. We love you guys for supporting us. Stay with us. We're going to continue to grow into the new year. Tons of giveaways, tons of prizes, tons of things to help your charity. And you know what? I want to say special thank you to everybody here on the call and all of our sports scientists who aren't on the call. Thank you guys. Hope you guys have a great one. Have a good night.